Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and happy Thursday, everyone. It's been a whole week since I've talked to you guys. Obviously, I usually record my episodes the day before they release. So Monday was Memorial Day, and I didn't come in. So I hope you all, with that being said, I hope you all had a great and safe Memorial Day weekend. I did absolutely nothing. The AC in my house broke. And to make it worse, the fridge and freezer in our house broke. So those three things broke in a span of like 2 days. And if you're living in the Sacramento area, it is over 100 degrees this week. So perfect timing, right? Our AC breaks, our freezer's not working, our fridge isn't working, all when we are in this heat wave. So Monday we had a huge heat wave, and literally my family and I were laying on our tile floor. Okay, on our tile floor with the fan blasting in our faces, and we basically slept the whole day. And I've been doing that like basically this entire week because I just like, when you're hot, I know many of you can relate. When you're hot, you literally don't want to do anything. I don't have an appetite. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. I can't even like watch TV in peace because I'm like sweaty and gross and sticky, and I like hate feeling like that. So literally all I wanted to do was lay on our tile and just sleep the day off and just, I don't know, pray that I would be able to make it through the day because it's been rough, y'all. Over 100-degree weather in Sacramento. And this time it's a little bit humid here. Usually it's like a very dry heat here in the area, but it was very humid. Last night I also went to go walk my dog at like 9 p.m. I walked him at 9 p.m. with my brother, and we stepped down. It was like super humid, like Miami, Houston humid. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is going on? Because it usually doesn't get really humid here, just like very dry heat. So we were very surprised at how humid it was, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. I think I definitely will not walk my dog at night. You know how many cockroaches I saw? Okay, I was not able to enjoy my night walk with my dog, my brother, because I was so scared. I hate bugs. I hate anything that crawls, slithers, anything. I do not like insects whatsoever. Even ladybugs can sometimes startle me. But yeah, so needless to say, it's been a little bit rough for me this week. I'm not trying to be like, oh, poor me, but a little bit, oh yeah, oh, poor me. I know we have, bigger issues. People have bigger issues at hand than me being uncomfortable in the heat. But I just wanted to share that with you guys, since that is what has been going on in the past week of mine. But on a brighter note, our AC unit hopefully will get fixed by Friday. We just ordered the parts that we need, and they're coming in on Friday. So hopefully by Friday, everything is good to go. Hopefully our fridge and freezer work, and we're just able to live peacefully and comfortably in the comfort of our own home. So now that I'm done boring you guys with all of my complaints, let's talk about what we're here to discuss, and that is all about hair health. I mean, I have really gotten into hair health since I started coloring my hair. I'm naturally brunette, but I have been dyeing my hair blonde, bleaching it blonde for the last 2.5 years. So that's a lot of heat damage on my hair. And I know for many of you out there who do color your hair, there are some extra steps and extra care that you need to take in order to make sure you maintain the health of your hair while, doing all those touch-ups on your hair. But we're not going to be really focusing on color treated hair in this episode. I'm going to be just generally talking about hair health. So I'll be talking about, what your hair says about your health. I'll also be covering ingredients, toxic ingredients to avoid in your shampoo and conditioner. What should you look for? And at the very end, I'll be sharing with you guys natural DIY do-it-yourself hair masks and as well as my personal hair care routine. So there's a lot that we're going to be covering today, and like I said, I'm really excited. I've just kind of recently gotten really into hair health, and especially over the last 3 weeks, because I've been recommended this brand, these 3 products, and they have literally been life-changing for my hair. So I'll dive more into that at the end of today's episode, so stay tuned for that. And like myself, you probably think about your hair on a daily basis. That's one of the first things you look at in the mirror when you first wake up in the morning and you notice your crazy bed hair, or, you're fretting over a bad hair day or enjoying a nice blowout, or maybe wondering whether to try out that new style you notice in someone else. But you also might be missing clues that your hair is what clues your hair is revealing about your health. Our hair can reveal a lot about our health. Research shows that changes in your hair's look, texture, or thickness can be signs of underlying health conditions. And prior to me diving into this research and learning more about hair health, I didn't know, how our hair texture and our look and thickness and everything can reveal to us all these other things happening in our body. So it was really interesting to me. These are a lot of interesting finds, and I, can't wait to share them with you guys. So here's how you can tell whether your hair changes are due to a health problem, genetics, stress, or a nutritional deficiency. So the first one, this one may be obvious. Stress and genes, your genetics can make you go gray. So anyone who has watched, presidential hair change from campaign to campaign has noticed that stress seems to make, hair turn gray. I mean, if you look at Obama, his hair was a direct reflection of all the stress he was under during his presidency. He came in looking very young and fresh, and he came out with a lot of gray hairs, which, I mean, I probably would too if I was in charge of leading the country, right? So stress and genes, we know, can make you go gray. And a study on mice published in the journal Nature suggested that chronic stress may indeed contribute to graying hair by causing DNA damage and reducing the supply of pigment-producing cells in hair follicles. So stress, I think it's safe to say that stress can literally cause your hair to fall out. Typically, that's what people say, right, when they're stressed, that their hair falls out. And the typical picture that we see of this statement is usually like people pulling their hair out, like when they're stressed. So literally stress can make your hair thin out and fall. Another type of stress, known as oxidative stress, may also play a role in gray hair. Parity Muramini, who's an MD, a dermatologist with the Permanente Medical Group in Vallejo, California, says oxidative stress, which is when cell-damaging free radicals inhibit the body's repair processes, may affect pigment-producing cells. So going gray is a totally natural part of aging. As your hair follicles produce less color, as you get older, your genes also play a role in when your hair turns gray. I feel like for me personally, I'm either going to start getting gray hair at a very young age or until my late 40s or 50s. My dad started getting gray hair, I'd say in his late 30s, and his hair started to thin out a lot. But I think it's also the hairstyle he wore every day. Like, he'd put a lot of gel and like comb his hair backwards. So he started to get a receding hairline, and his hair started to thin out. So my dad started getting gray hair and his hair started to thin out at a young age. And my mom just recently started to get gray hair, and she's in her late 40s. But also, their living styles back then weren't nearly as healthy as mine are now. Like, obviously, back in their day, the importance of taking care of your health wasn't really emphasized as it is today. And especially in this global pandemic that we're in, health is literally everyone's top priority. So with that being said, I'm going to cut to our very first break right now. When we come back, more on what your hair says about your health.
You really can't underestimate the importance of having the right creative work for your brand or your product. Whether it's a logo, a website, a book cover, or an ad campaign, you really need a quality design to make that big difference pop and deliver your overall engagement and success in a competitive market. That's where Design Crowd comes in. Design Crowd has over 750,000 designers from Sydney to San Francisco ready to help you with awesome creative ideas. They make crowdsourcing work for you. So if you need a logo or you're working on your creative branding, you can go to designcrowd.com and post a brief describing the design you need. And then within about 2 to 7 days, you'll receive up to over 100 different designs from designers around the world. Then you pick the best design and approve payment to the designer. So you're only paying for the design that you want. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of freelancing and out of crowdsourcing. And you don't have to be a huge company like Harvard Business School to use Design Crowd, although they have used it as well. You can start a project on Design Crowd for as little as $99. And if you go right now to designcrowd.com/health and wellness or enter the promo code health and wellness on their website, then our health and wellness listeners will receive up to $150 off of your design project. That's designcrowd.com/health and wellness or entering that promo code health and wellness.
Are you looking to learn more about the latest trends from the fitness world? Are you confused by all of the different trends that are out there? The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place for you. The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place to come for people of all skill and interest levels. Join us as we explore the latest trends in the fitness world. Does that new exercise really work? Should I try yoga? Whatever your question, chances are good you'll find an answer on the GSMC Fitness Podcast.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So in the previous segment, we started to dive into, the first sign the first sign of what your hair says about your health, which is when your hair starts to go gray. That can be due to oxidative stress or just plain old genetics. So we're going to continue on with that conversation with the next sign, which is that brittle hair could be a sign of Cushing's syndrome. Brittle hair is one symptom of Cushing's syndrome, which is a rare condition caused by too much cortisol, which is the body's primary stress hormone. So literally, stress can make your hair fall out and make your hair thin out. So this kind of relates to my previous point of your hair going gray. Stress can make your hair go gray and can turn it brittle. But there are many other more obvious symptoms of Cushing's syndrome, including high blood pressure, fatigue, and back pain. Treatment for Cushing's syndrome may include changing the dose of medication that could be causing the condition, such as glucocorticoids, which are steroids used to treat inflammation caused by a variety of illnesses. Other people might need surgery, chemotherapy, or radiation therapy to correct the adrenal gland's overproduction of cortisol. So, again, Cushing's syndrome is just when your body produces too much cortisol, which is, again, the body's primary stress hormone. And as a result, this can lead to brittle hair and hair thinning and hair falling out. Next thing on what your hair can say about your overall health is that hair thinning could be a sign of thyroid disease. People who have hypothyroidism, a condition that occurs when your thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroid hormones, might notice increased hair shedding and a change in their appearance. About 4.6% of the U.S. population ages 12 and older has hypothyroidism. Although most cases are pretty much mild, it can cause thinning hair and other symptoms such as tiredness, cold intolerance, joint pain, muscle pain, a puffy face, and weight gain. I actually used to work with a lot of individuals who had thyroid issues, and I didn't really notice or have a correlation with thyroid issues to hair problems. Like when I looked at these clients, or when I used to train these clients with thyroid issues, it's not like they were all bald or anything like that, but the majority of them did experience some type of joint pain, muscle discomfort, which is why they were there working out with me at the Slow Motion Strength Training facility. A thyroid stimulating hormone, also known as TSH test, will diagnose the condition, and treatment entails taking thyroid medication. In addition to thinning hair, certain thyroid disorders put you at risk for an autoimmune hair loss condition called alopecia areata. This type of hair loss causes round patches of sudden hair loss and is caused by the immune system attacking the hair follicles, which is why immune support and your overall immune health is just extremely, extremely important, and which is why you should, take all the measures that you need to make sure that your immune health is in check, because if your immune health is in check, then your hair health will be in check and everything else will be in order. Next sign of hair health and what hair health can say about your overall well-being is that hair shedding could be a sign of anemia. If you're suddenly noticing a lot more hair in your hairbrush or on your shower floor, this could be a sign that your body has low iron stores or anemia and may warrant testing. Dermatologist MD Mirmirani says, "This is another blood test we do when you complain of hair changes." She says she is particularly likely to order this blood test for people who are vegetarian or for women who have heavy periods, both of which increase the chance that hair changes are due to low iron. It's not completely known why low iron can cause hair loss, but iron is critical for many biological and chemical reactions, perhaps including hair growth. That's what Rebecca Bax, she's an MD and a dermatologist in Paramus, New Jersey, had to say. If your doctor determines that you're truly iron deficient, eating more foods that are higher in iron or taking an iron supplement might help with hair loss. Hair shedding can also happen temporarily with sudden changes in estrogen levels and is often noticed after pregnancy or stopping birth control pills. So, again, hair shedding could be due to a number of things. Could be a sign of anemia, but a little bit of hair shedding is normal for everyone. I mean, I shed hair all the time when I brush my hair, when I'm in the shower, when I'm laying around in my house. There's like long blonde pieces of hair everywhere. So hair shedding is normal. It should be concerning if you notice like large chunks of hair coming out. Then that's when you should maybe go talk to a doctor and talk about, what it is you're noticing, what hair changes you are noticing, and what it may be caused by. Next, hair loss could indicate a protein deficiency. Now, let me just say this is in very rare cases. It's very rare for people to experience a protein deficiency. I feel like there's this idea going around that like we're not getting enough protein, especially most Americans. Trust me, we do not have a protein deficiency because American culture is so big on eating meat and other animal-based products. So if anything, we overconsume protein rather than underconsume. So protein is essential for hair health and growth, and a lack of protein has been linked to hair thinning and loss. However, like I just said, this is in very rare cases that hair loss could be correlated to a protein deficiency. Unless people who have a gastrointestinal difficulties or who just had gastric bypass surgery may have problems digesting protein. So these individuals are not included in the generalization that I just said, that most Americans do not have a protein deficiency. These specialized situations, if you have gastrointestinal difficulties or you just had gastric bypass surgery, these specialized situations will have to be managed with your doctor's help. But most hair thinning, even in women, is likely due to genetics. Next, white or yellow flakes could mean you have dandruff. I feel like dandruff is pretty common. Yellow or white flakes in your hair, on your shoulders, and even in your eyebrows are a sign of dandruff, which is a chronic scalp condition. Dandruff doesn't usually indicate a serious health problem, and it can usually be treated with over-the-counter specialty hair shampoos or prescription shampoo. One of the most common causes of dandruff is a condition called seborrheic dermatitis, according to the Mayo Clinic. Those with seborrheic dermatitis have red, greasy skin covered with flaky white or yellow scales. It's like a yeast-like fungus called Malassezia that can also irritate the scalp. This can be enlarged due to not shampooing enough or having a sensitivity to certain hair care products. And dry skin can also cause dandruff. And dandruff is usually worse in winter when indoor heating can make the skin on the scalp even more dry. Although hair can tattle on your health conditions, dermatologist Murmurani says that patients more commonly complain about the damage done by coloring and heat treating hair to within an inch of its life. So too much heat from daily flat iron or daily blowouts can certainly damage your hair, making it dry, brittle, and hard to maintain. So it's recommended to use no more than one hot tool per day. And infrequent double heat processes are okay, but not daily. I know a lot of my curly head friends, they need to do a double heat process because if they want to curl their hair or make their hair wavy, but they have curly hair, I know a lot of them have to straighten it first, then use a curling iron. So as long as it's not a daily habit, then it should be okay. Whenever you're applying heat to your hair, always use products with protective ingredients, protective heat spray, use serums and shine drops. Those tend to have qualities that preserve the hair when using direct and indirect heat. So definitely, use all of those tools, especially if you have color treated hair. And getting your hair professionally colored is unlikely to cause much damage, but bleaching your hair and using boxed hair color at home can have adverse effects. Box hair dye is so bad for you guys. Like, if you're going to color your hair, go to a professional, because box hair dye is so bad. Trust me, I've been there, done that. It ruined my hair. So, perhaps most importantly, highly treated hair may mask certain problems and make it difficult to see or feel what your hair can tell about your health, which is why you should, use serums or shine drops, protective heat spray, whatever it is you can, to, just protect your hair. And you guys, we're going to cut into another very brief break right now. When we come back, I'm going to share with you guys some ingredients, what to avoid in your shampoo and conditioner, and what to look for in a shampoo and conditioner. We'll be right back.
You really can't underestimate the importance of having the right creative work for your brand or your product. Whether it's a logo, a website, a book cover, or an ad campaign, you really need a quality design to make that big difference pop and deliver your overall engagement and success in a competitive market. That's where Design Crowd comes in. Design Crowd has over 750,000 designers from Sydney to San Francisco ready to help you with awesome creative ideas. They make crowdsourcing work for you. So if you need a logo or you're working on your creative branding, you can go to designcrowd.com and post a brief describing the design you need. And then within about 2 to 7 days, you'll receive up to over 100 different designs from designers around the world. Then you pick the best design and approve payment to the designer. So you're only paying for the design that you want. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of freelancing and out of crowdsourcing. And you don't have to be a huge company like Harvard Business School to use Design Crowd, although they have used it as well. You can start a project on Design Crowd for as little as $99. And if you go right now to designcrowd.com/health and wellness or enter the promo code health and wellness on their website, then our health and wellness listeners will receive up to $150 off of your design project. That's designcrowd.com/health and wellness or entering that promo code health and wellness.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So we just got done wrapping up about what your hair says about your hair health. There's many things that your hair can say about your hair health, and I thought those were really interesting to share. So switching gears a little bit, I think we're getting into my favorite segment now, just because I am super not crazy, but very vigilant about what ingredients are in my shampoo and conditioner, my lotions, my body wash. I feel like over the recent years, I have become more educated on what toxic ingredients to avoid and what to look for in my beauty products. When I shop online, my makeup, on Sephora, you're able to like filter out obviously like what you can search for. So I filter my Sephora makeup to be green. So like these have been proven to have clean ingredients. These products have clean ingredients. So that way it gives me a little more peace of mind when I'm shopping and I know like, okay, these ingredients are green and are, I guess, Sephora certified green clean. So that's kind of the same thing when it comes to your shampoo and conditioner. It's unfortunate that these companies and whoever creates these, mass productions of Tresemme and I don't even know what are the other like super popular Tresemme. I don't know. All of those like really popular like hair care products. They put a whole bunch of gunk in there to make it seem like these hair products actually work when in reality they don't. I've heard some people say they've used these, like really popular brands that are in the store and they'll use this shampoo and the shampoo makes their hair even more oily so that they have to take more frequent showers, which results to them using the product more often, which results to them buying the product again. And it's that continuous cycle. And so I think it's very important to pay attention in this segment. I'm going to really emphasize, what to avoid, what to look for when it comes to, your shampoo and conditioner. And, it's nice to feel clean, stepping out of the shower is a moment, refreshing, not just to the body, but also to the mind and spirit. I know I love, feeling clean, getting clean, and, it can be more of a journey than we think, honestly. Every day we are exposed to so many chemicals from every conceivable source, including what we put in our hair. These are the most like popular, most marketable words you'll see on products, natural and organic, right? The words natural and organic in big letters on the front may not tell the whole story. These companies, they're allowed to technically print out whatever it is they want to advertise on the bottle. Like they can literally say whatever on there. So it's worth reading the small print on the back. It's worth reading the ingredient list. It's worth taking that extra 5 minutes when you're in the Target aisle and you're reading the ingredient list and you're like, I don't know what that is, and look it up on your phone because that's exactly what I do. My shopping trips, y'all, my grocery trips, they take double the amount of time now because I really take my time and look up ingredients at the store. Like I'll read the back and be like, what is this? I don't even know how to pronounce this word. I'll look it up and I'll say like, oh, this is used in, I don't know, yada, yada, yada. So it's worth reading the small print, you guys. Don't be fooled by those super big marketable words in the front, natural and organic. So let's talk about what toxic ingredients to avoid when it comes to your shampoo and conditioners. Some of these you may have heard already. Some of these you may be familiar with, but I'm still going to share them with you guys. So what do we do when we want clean hair? First, we need to know what to watch out for. And there are several red flag ingredients in shampoos. The first one being sulfates, either sodium lauryl sulfate, known as SLS, or sodium laureth sulfate, SLES. So sulfates. I'm sure most of you have heard of, avoiding sulfates. Sulfates, used as a surfactant and foaming agent. Sodium laureth sulfate is a strong skin irritant and produces nitrosamine, which is a substance linked to cancer formation. What? Why are they putting this in our shampoos and conditioners? Sodium laureth sulfate produces another possible carcinogen called 1,4-dioxane as a byproduct. 1,4-dioxane has been linked to liver and kidney damage, and since it's a byproduct, it won't be listed on the label. Surfactants break down surface tension and allow dirt, oil, and other substances to be lifted from the hair. That's why people may think, oh, it's clean. That's why they put sulfates in there because it does, allow dirt, oil, and other substances to be lifted from the hair. Sulfates are commonly used as surfactants because they lather well. While huge masses of bubbles look great in ads, they aren't really necessary for clean hair. There are other gentler and more natural alternatives to sulfates. So I need to stop here for a sec because this is a huge revelation for me. All my life, I thought that the more foam, the better, right? Like when it comes to your shampoo, the more bubbles, the more lather, the better. It's working. I mean, it's typical. And all of the hair care ads that we have seen, I've always seen people shampooing their hair with a lot of lather, a lot of foam. But that does not equate to clean hair. And I didn't know this. I literally just found out that lather does not equate to having clean hair like 3 weeks ago. And I literally am so shocked that I just found this out because I'm like, so many people are being fooled. So many people think that, the more lather it is, the bigger the bubbles, then that's what you need for clean hair. And it's like these companies have done a great job in thinking or advertising to us this idea. And what makes those shampoos super foamy and with a lot of lather, those are the sulfates. So that's how you know if your shampoo does not say sulfate free or it has a lot of lather, a lot of bubbles when you're shampooing your hair, check to see it might have sulfates because that's the ingredient that makes it super bubbly. And like I said, I literally just found this out, so don't be super alarmed if you just found this out. Just make the switch now. And I started using this new hair care product, one of them being a shampoo. And I noticed that while shampooing, there wasn't a lot of lather. Like, I felt like I had to use double the amount of product because it wasn't super foamy. So I was very confused and I immediately thought, like, what is wrong with the shampoo? So I hit up the girl who recommended me this shampoo and I was like, girl, like, what is this? It doesn't lather. And I was like complaining to her and she's like, and then she sent me this article about how, what I just said to you guys, how sulfates are really what make the shampoo super bubbly and have a lot of lather. So we've been fooled this whole time, you guys. Like, bubbles does not equate to having clean hair. And I can tell you guys that my hair has felt extremely clean after using this new product, which again, I'll be sharing at the very end of the episode today. So definitely stay tuned for that. Another really toxic ingredient that many of you may have heard of are parabens. Parabens are chemicals used as preservatives for their strong antibacterial and antifungal properties. They have been found in low concentrates in tumors and are believed to disrupt hormone function. Parabens mimic estrogen by binding to estrogen receptors on cells, an effect that has been linked to both the development of breast cancer and the early onset of puberty in girls. This is crazy. I hope you guys are really paying attention to what I'm saying, what these ingredients, what they're linked to as far as our health. Like, what? Low concentrations in tumors believed to disrupt hormone function? Like, that's crazy. And they're putting this stuff in our beauty products. Other preservatives to watch out for include DMDM, hydroxytone, and imidazole. I'm going to try my best to pronounce this one. Imidazole. I'm sorry, that was so bad. I'll type it in the description or something. These ingredients are often used in baby shampoos. These chemicals act as preservatives by outgassing small amounts of formaldehyde, which is well known for its use in albumin, but less well known for its possible carcinogenic and DNA damaging effects. I cannot believe these ingredients are found in baby shampoo. So, this is saddening. Like, what are they putting in our stuff, especially for babies? We'll talk more about toxic ingredients right after this break.
The GSMC Life and Happiness podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So in the previous segment, we started to basically expose these companies and what they're putting into our products and what they're claiming to do, but they're fooling us. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple more toxic ingredients to avoid in your shampoo and conditioners, and then we'll move on to what positive things to look for. So the next toxic ingredient that you should watch out for in your hair care products are, again, I'm going to try my best to pronounce this, phthalates, I think it's called. These have been regarded in many countries to be potential carcinogens and are used in part to make the fragrance in shampoos and other cosmetic products linger. Phthalates are also strongly linked to endocrine disruption, early puberty in girls, and increased asthma in children. That is scary. What? Excuse me? Let me wrap my mind around that real quick. This ingredient you're putting in my shampoo is strongly linked to endocrine disruption, early puberty in girls, and increased asthma in children. That is unacceptable. Like, I need to speak to somebody because I am getting heated reading this, okay? Phthalates were restricted in children's toys in the U.S. in 2009, and they're also banned in some products in California. If shampoo scent is important to you, it's an important aspect to you when it comes to purchasing beauty products, avoid any product that merely says fragrant in the ingredient list. That's your red flag. If it says fragrance, stay away and look instead for products that list specific essential oils used for fragrance, such as lavender oil, eucalyptus oil, etc. While essential oils can be irritating to some people, in general, they are a lot safer. They're a much safer alternative to synthetic fragrances. This is also applicable to lotions or basically like any other beauty product you may have. Before learning about toxic ingredients, I used to buy my, Victoria's Secret body lotions because they smell nice and hello, they're from Victoria's Secret. But I stopped purchasing my lotions from them once I found out that these so-called fragrances they add into their lotions and creams are actually very harmful chemicals to our bodies, which is why now I'm not too concerned with scent anymore when it comes to me purchasing lotions. I'm not too concerned with scent, and I now care more about clean ingredients and the lotion actually working for me and providing the necessary hydration that my extremely dry skin needs. So that's why I personally buy unscented lotions to be on the safe side. Like I buy like Nivea or I forgot the other one. It starts with a J. It's from Target. But basically anything with the fragrance on it, I do not use. I avoid just to be on the safe side. And again, like as long as I spray myself with perfume or something like that, I still will smell nice. So again, just watch out for the phthalates because those are very harmful, and that's what's used as fragrance in shampoo and conditioners. So almost there. We're almost done. Additional ingredients to avoid include triethylamine, also known as T, and this is a detergent restricted in Europe because of possible carcinogenic effects, and coal tar dyes, frequently found in dandruff shampoos and also possibly carcinogenic. So for more information on the safety of body care products, consult, there's like where I got the majority of my information, consult the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep Cosmetic Database. They provide tons of information about clean skin products that you are able to use that do not have any of these harmful ingredients. Again, I'll list them again. These red flag ingredients: sulfates, parabens, and phthalates. Those are like the main three that you should avoid in your hair care products. Now, with all of that being said, what do you look for when you are looking for your shampoo and conditioner? What products or what ingredients are a green light? So the first is to look for plant-based, organic, or raw ingredients. And don't look what it says in the front of the bottle. Look at the tiny print in the back. There's no need to go unwashed. There are some excellent shampoos out there that are safe for you and the planet. One product is called Organic Pro Shampoos from Nature's Paradise, and they're based in Southern California. And this company, they've been making products from organic and raw ingredients. Raw ingredients are from plants grown without the use of chemicals and pesticides and are processed without heat or additives, hence the name raw. And available in moisturizing, relaxing, and thickening styles, Organic Pro shampoos have none of these chemical detergents, preservatives, and synthetic fragrances found in most commercial shampoos. In addition, Organic Pro products are cruelty-free, vegan, and come in BPA-free recyclable bottles. So great. It's sustainable for the earth as well. I would also say to look for minimal packaging. And I know this is kind of hard because with conventional liquid shampoos and conditioners, you may not have much of a choice when it comes to packaging. They almost all come in plastic containers. There is, however, an alternative in bar shampoos. These are just like regular bar soap that you would use for your body, only for your hair. I actually just found out about these, I'd say about a year ago. I started hearing about like bar shampoos. So like most bar soap, shampoo bars are minimally wrapped in paper, so there are no bottles to recycle or otherwise dispose of. Since they are solid, they are approved to take through airport security, so, they make perfect for camping and travel. I believe Lush Cosmetics sells bar shampoos. I'm not sure what other companies do, but I'm sure there are tons. So that's another thing to look for in your shampoo and conditioner. And the last thing is that it's homemade. If you got the time and inclination, you can actually make your own hair care products at home. And I know this isn't ideal for everybody. I know not everybody is a DIY type of person. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I am not a DIY type of person. I'm the type that I'd rather pay somebody to do it for me and they make it for me and, I have it homemade like in that way. One approach is to add light vegetable oil and distilled water to a liquid castile soap like Dr. Bronner's. People in the poo-free movement swear by replacing shampoo and conditioner with baking soda, followed by apple cider vinegar. Some curly-haired people have had good conditioning results with a blend of coconut milk, olive oil, and avocado. So there are tons of homemade, recipes, hair recipes that you can do for yourself. For additional resources, there are, books out there to support your search for homemade alternatives, such as organic body care recipes and making it radical home for a post-consumer world. So again, positive things, green light things that you should look for in, when it comes to your shampoo and conditioners. I'd say the main thing is that it's plant-based, organic, or raw ingredients. To be honest, the best places as far as beauty care, that I have found is through Instagram. Like there are many, not influencers, just business owners on Instagram that share these types of products that are homemade. They provide minimal packaging. You know, they have their own unique twist. And you're also promoting or supporting a small business in that sense. So I think it's also just part of becoming an ethical consumer, you know, just being a little more aware and vigilant of where your money goes, who are you feeding, who are you supporting. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here a little bit, but that's basically going to wrap up, you know, the toxic ingredients to avoid and which positive ingredients to avoid. Again, things like coconut oil, avocado oil, shea butter, ashwagandha root, extract root, things of that nature, grapeseed oil I've seen in shampoos and conditioners. Basically, the less ingredients, the better. And if you are able to read the ingredient list in the back, then it should be a green light, okay? If there's too many words that have 20 letters in them or words that you can't even pronounce, chances are that it's just some random chemical in there to make your shampoo more foamy or your conditioner smell good. So just be very aware. And I just highly encourage you guys that when you are shopping for your hair care products, to spend that extra 5 to 10 minutes, you know, Googling at the Target aisle, Walmart aisle, wherever you go shopping. Take those extra minutes to research what those ingredients are in the back of the bottle. So I'm going to cut into another very brief break right now. When we come back, I'll be sharing with you guys 5 natural DIY hair masks, as well as my personal favorite hair care products that I have been using.
Are you tired of the same old news? Are you sick of the seemingly endless political spin and negativity? The GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast is a weekly news podcast covering all the top positive and uplifting news stories. We cover stories that will inspire, uplift, and remind you of the good in the world. Tune into the Golden State Media Concepts America Still Beautiful podcast to get all the great and positive news stories of today. Download the GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So we are now moving into possibly my second favorite segment of today's episode, and that is 5 DIY hair masks, do-it-yourself hair masks that you are able to try in the comfort of your own home. The greatest thing about these hair masks I will be sharing with you guys is that most of these ingredients you probably have sitting at home already. So they're inexpensive, easy to do, natural. What more could you ask for? So no matter how great your shampoo and conditioner are, sometimes you need that extra little love of a hair mask to restore your hair to its softest, shiniest self. So if you don't have one in handy, you could follow these DIY face or hair masks that I'll be sharing with you guys now. You know, there are plenty of genius recipes you can whip up with ingredients in your pantry, such as coconut oil mask, or a fan favorite, thanks to their deep conditioning power. But if you want to try something new, or you've used all your coconut oil, there are plenty of other all-natural hair concoctions worth whipping up. So the first hair mask, DIY hair mask I'll share with you guys, is for combating dry hair, which unfortunately this is an issue. This has become an issue of mine. I used to not have dry hair, but with all of the bleaching and everything I've done with my hair over the last couple of years, it has become more brittle and dry. So for strands in need of serious love, this simple mask from Moroccan Oil artistic director Kevin Hughes. In addition to the mainstay coconut oil and honey, argan oil is rich in vitamin E, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants, which all help to hydrate and nourish the hair. People like myself with damaged and or dry hair will see the greatest results from this mask, but it can be used for all hair types. Whether you have straight, wavy, barely any hair, this hair mask should do the trick. And the ingredients you're going to need are 2 tablespoons of coconut oil melted. Make sure it's melted. 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of argan oil, and that is it. 3 simple ingredients. Keep it short and simple. And the directions is to separate your hair into 4 sections, then take 2-inch wide pieces and gently comb the mask through with your hands from mid-length to ends, spreading evenly. So making sure you don't cover your roots. That's what's going to make your hair look extremely oily. So make sure mid-length to your ends. Continue until the mask is distributed throughout the hair. And if you have long hair, I suggest pull it up into a bun on top of your head and then place a shower cap over your hair for even deeper hydration. And leave this on for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then rinse out with shampoo and follow with your normal conditioner. And that is probably my favorite DIY hair mask to try. I've tried it once. I did do the mistake of putting it on the roots. So my hair was extremely oily. So I had to redo it again. And I did it from mid-length to my ends. And it was perfectly fine. The next hair mask is multitasking mask. And this is a courtesy of Jana Blankenship. She's the founder of natural beauty line Captain Blankenship and author of Wild Beauty. This creamy hydrating mask has just 2 ingredients, you guys. They are 2 tablespoons of yogurt, ideally full fat, and then 1 tablespoon of honey. So yogurt and honey. These are the only 2 ingredients you're going to need for the specific mask. Yogurt, in case you didn't know, yogurt is rich in protein, which helps strengthen hair, while lactic acid cleanses hair and helps promote dead cell turnover. Honey is both an emollient and a humectant, meaning it helps hair retain moisture while also helping smooth and soften your long, luscious locks or short, luscious locks. So best of all, this mask is great for all hair types and can also be used as a face mask. So you can put it on your face or on your hair. And all you do, you just basically mix the ingredients, the 2 ingredients, into a mixing bowl, a small bowl. And for this mask, you can apply from your roots to the ends of your hair, leave on for 15 to 20 minutes, and then rinse well. Third DIY mask I have for you guys is a curly hair mask. So for all of my curly-headed friends out there, listen up. For natural curls in need of extra nourishment, Alicia Bailey, Global Education Manager of Hair Care Brand Design Essentials, has the perfect solution. And it includes avocado, honey, and oil. All infuse hair with much needed moisture, but there's a secret ingredient, and that is coconut milk. Coconut milk not only hydrates, but it also aids with detangling the hair. Again, I don't have curly hair, but my hair does tend to get really tangled a lot. So coconut milk is great for that component of detangling. So all the ingredients you're going to need are 1 medium or large avocado, 2 tablespoons of coconut, avocado, or olive oil, 1 tablespoon of coconut milk, and 1 tablespoon of honey. Again, all natural ingredients that are probably sitting in your pantry. And all you have to do is, in a small bowl, mash up all the ingredients together. Continue mixing until the mixture looks like a paste and all ingredients are well combined. Part the hair into 4 sections and apply from ends to roots, covering the entire head. Apply a plastic cap and allow the mask to stay on the hair for a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes. And if you have a portable hooded dryer, sit under the dryer for deeper penetration. But I know most of us don't have that. And then after all that, rinse well with water, then shampoo with a sulfate-free shampoo, followed by a moisturizing conditioner, rinse, then apply a leave-in conditioner, and proceed to style. Next DIY hair mask that I have for you guys is a smoothing mask. And this mask, you only need 3 ingredients, and they are 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, and 1 tablespoon of water. And with just 3 ingredients, including water, obviously, this simple mask will help keep your hair smooth and shiny. Apple cider vinegar closes the cuticle of your hair, making it smoother, less prone to frizz, naturally detangled, as well as, more shiny. And it's also said to be an alpha hydroxy acid, which exfoliates the scalp, helping with dandruff. So if you do have an extremely dry scalp, this smoothing mask may do the trick for you. So after shampooing, you mix these 3 ingredients into the palm of your hand and apply from scalp to ends. Apply a shower cap and leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinse with cold water. And then last but not least, we have the detoxing mask. And this ginger and tonic scalp detox is courtesy of curl expert, owner of Salon Spiral in New York City, and Curly World founder Lorraine Massey. She says that lemon water has an alkalizing effect, and it can help begin to neutralize and dislodge silicone and oil coatings on the hair fiber. So the ingredients that you'll need for this detoxing hair mask are 2 lemons, 1 large chunk of ginger, mint leaves, it's optional, and water. And all you have to do are to blend the first 3 ingredients in a blender. So you'd blend the lemons, the ginger, and the mint leaves, then strain out the pulp. Mix the remaining liquid with anywhere from 2 tablespoons to 1 pint of water. This is going to depend on how concentrated you want your mixture to be, and then you pour over your wet hair. Massage the scalp for a minute or more to stimulate blood flow and loosen buildup on the scalp. Rinse out the mixture and follow with a sulfate-free, silicone-free, water-soluble cleanser or conditioner. So there we have it. Those are the 5 DIY hair masks. Again, the first one is the dry hair mask. We have the multitasking mask, curly hair mask, smoothing mask, and detoxing mask. Let me know in the comments which one you are more prone to try, or let me know if you've tried one of these natural DIY hair masks, and let me know what you think. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Now, for this final little topic for today's episode is I'm going to be sharing with you guys my hair care routine. I've never really had a super crazy, extensive hair care routine. Like, the most I'll do is shampoo, conditioner, and add a purple shampoo because I have blonde hair. On occasion, I would use some oil or hair mask, but not too often. And my hair care routine recently changed over the last 3 weeks, and it's thanks to these 3 products I've been using. I've noticed the biggest change in my hair since using these products. My hair feels so much healthier, shinier, sleek, and it smells amazing. Like, it just feels clean. And they're all from the same brand. And my 3 holy grail products have been from Arbonne. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this brand. Apparently, they've been around for a while. I just found out about them. So I've been using the Arbonne True Hair Daily Shampoo, Arbonne True Hair Daily Conditioner, and the Arbonne Replenishing Hair Mask. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of background info on this company. Arbonne, they are 100% vegan and cruelty-free brand, and their whole approach is to use clean, natural, and healthy ingredients in their products, which that's what I'm all about and what I believe in. Arbonne, they believe in a holistic approach to beauty, health, and well-being, focusing on the whole person to help them flourish inside out. Again, this is all what I'm about. You know, they use plant-based ingredients. They're carefully formulated, and, you know, they carefully pick out the right botanical that provides the functional benefits. You know, sometimes it's a household name and sometimes it's a groundbreaking discovery, but it's always backed by research, which gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing that they collaborate with the leading experts in integrative medicine and holistic health. So that really is what pushed me and inclined me to try out this brand. My friend, she's like an independent consultant for Arbonne, so she's been trying to sell these products to me for a minute, and I like never was too inclined, and I finally gave in and tried the hair care line, and I fell in love. Like I said, I've been using these products for the last 3 weeks, and I've noticed a huge change in my hair strength, everything. So again, I've been using the Arbonne True Hair Daily Shampoo, their conditioner and replenishing hair mask. Out of these 3 products, my favorite has been the hair mask. It has ashwagandha root, extract root, grapeseed oil, shea butter, and a whole bunch of other natural ingredients. Again, it's all listed on their website. And so that's basically my hair care routine. Like I said, not too crazy, not too long or extensive. Just something that is able to give me that extra little love, provide me with that extra little moisture, and I'm good to go. So you guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. I really hope you liked what I had discussed regarding hair health. So we talked about, you know, what your hair says about your health, what brittle hair can mean, what hair thinning, hair shedding could mean. We talked about toxic ingredients that you should avoid from your shampoo and conditioner, and what to look for when looking for a shampoo and conditioner, and, you know, DIY hair masks and all of that fun stuff. So let me know in the comments what was your favorite part of today's episode. And I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked what I had to discuss, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, because that tremendously helps the show. And I will wish you guys all a very happy, healthy, and successful weekend ahead. And I'll catch you guys here for the next one.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.